morning, I was thinking of this topic briefly because I've been busy and I haven't done much with you guys. But the way utilities work here in Corpus Christi can vary depending where you're living. Okay, we have different counties. We've got Jim Wells, San Pat, San Patricio, Nueces. Okay, Jim Wells. Okay, there's several counties in which you can live, and depending on where you live in these counties will determine what your utilities are. In Central Corpus Christi, you will be dealing with the city of Corpus Christi itself for water, sewer, trash, and gas. Water, sewer, trash, and gas. That's the city of Corpus Christi if you live in the Central Corpus Christi, Nueces County. There are some places in the county, I believe, though, that might have, no, outside the county, there's some areas that are being annexed, but anyway, we'll leave it at that. But then you can go to Portland, you have the county there. Electric, you get a sign up and pick your own electric. You can have choices of who you want to use. AEP is the main electric provider, but you can shop around for electricity, which I found to be quite interesting when I moved here, because in Hawaii, we just had one provider, electric provider, and that was that. So anyway, so you go online, chooseenergy.com or some of the other websites, and you can shop around. You need to pay attention to the kilowatt hour, like how many cents per kilowatt hour, and you have to be careful on the term. Like if you have a short term, it might be like 3 months or 6 months, and it's like really cheap, right? But then next thing you know, you don't renew your contract, and it jumps up double because now it's at some other crazy thing. So I'm not much of a gambler, so I like to lock mine in for at least a year or two, and just know that I've got that rate for a couple years, and I don't have to worry about like forgetting or having it jump up on me later during the year. Okay, we have various cable companies. There's Grande, Spectrum, AT&T. I use Grande. I've tried AT&T. I have not tried Spectrum, but I hear some people are very happy with Spectrum. So, and then if you're in the outskirts out towards Cal Allen and different county out there, Jim Wells and what's the other one? Jim Wells and San Pat, sometimes further out, you'll have some water district co-op kind of water that you share, and you have private garbage companies that do your waste removal because you're out in the outside of the county and you a little further out. So depending where you live out there, you'll have to make sure you get the right information regarding your utilities and trash, etc. Okay, so yeah, I don't always forget, but towards the end of the week, I always have to remember before we close to let the new buyers know, hey, here's the city's number, here's your water, if it's outside the city, but, give them the right information so they can set up their utilities. Oddly, here in Corpus, though, like the city won't let you usually set up your water, sewer, trash until the day you get the deed, which is the day you close. And so it's kind of hard to get the deed and then get it to the city to get your utilities set up. So we usually ask the seller to leave the water on for a day or two after closing, just to make sure we have a smooth transition. Also with electric, it can transition fairly quickly. But lately, I used to just call and it would transfer and it would be done. But lately, it's been like, oh, it'll be turned on in 3 to 5 days. It's like, what? So you got to make sure you get that lined up. Try to get lined up like five days or so before closing. Okay. So that's just a little tidbit on our utilities here. So have a good night and we'll see you later.